What's up to the one person on? Oh, 7 people. Went from 1 to 7 almost immediately. Just getting everything set up here before I go live. If anybody can let me know if they can hear me all right, that would be great. Awesome. What's going on, everybody? I was hoping to be on here like 20 minutes ago. Traffic was absolutely insane coming home from work. Just trying to get this tweeted out. For some reason it's just defaulting to my name of my stream from Wednesday. I live in Wilmington, and I think everybody that's in Wilmington is, I don't know, trying to leave Wilmington right now, because every single place that I went to was just absolute traffic. Although there was definitely a bad accident somewhere, which I'd imagine was really horrible. There's glass everywhere, but all it was doing was stopping me from getting home, so I wasn't stoked. But I hope they're okay. Now, the first thing I want to do is take a look at Blake Griffin. In Leland. Yeah, I'm sure the traffic would have been going over the bridge would have been awful too. I was trying to get from downtown back out to Ogden, so. Yeah, Embiid was probably the play on Wednesday night. Okay, so it's just like a Wilmington convention in the live chat tonight. That's fun. Should all just got together in my office. Got pointed out on Reddit. I got to talking about Blake, and I just disregarded him this morning. So I need to take a look at him. My wife's from just outside of Fuquay, actually. But yeah, I am from PA. I play in Harrisburg. I played my state championship baseball game in Harrisburg. We lost, so I hate Harrisburg. Yeah, Lejeune's like 45-minute ride from Wilmington. It's not too bad. Not really a place that I go all that often. Not really. I mean, not in the military, so it's weird to go the opposite direction. Yeah, I gotta check out Blake now. That's my main thing. I don't think I'll end up with him. Right now I'm on AD, but I definitely need to make a change because right now, and this shouldn't be what it looks like. Cause I moved Donovan Mitchell in, but I can't access FanDuel at work. Shh. So I need to move to Donovan Mitchell right now. And then what was my step down? Was Beal my step down? It must have been Beal. So I did all this stuff before I left work, and now I don't remember what I was doing. Whatever. I'm gonna have to figure it out anyway. I have Wilson Chandler in there right now because that was the amount of salary I had left, and there's no way I'm ending up with this. So I need to sort of backtrack and figure everything out, just in case any new news comes out. Tabo questionable. Donovan Mitchell named the starter. I'm not too worried about OG from Wednesday night because it was, for me, it's a cash play. And if he stinks up the joint and he's 60% owned, it's not going to matter too much. Like AD killed me more. He was like 10% owned and put up like, 3x and change or something. But yeah, I think Anunoby is a gimme for tonight. So what I'm going to do is move my projections over to Cruncher. I haven't done that yet since I got home. I guess I need to lock that over there too. There we go. Right now I'm going AD again. And yes, I think Jerebko is in play. Here's the weird thing about Utah tonight. In theory, everybody's in play because having an injury to Gobert and having an injury to Rubio frees up like, I don't know, 60, let's just say 65 minutes. Let's just say 60 minutes that need to be filled in throughout the rest of the roster, which is usually great, but especially in a situation where everybody's salary is still down, they haven't been reestablished for the most part because of the injuries. But it's just really not a good game. Like they don't have a good implied total. They're not the type of team that's going to be like running, although they do run more under Donovan Mitchell. But it's not a place for me that I want to stack just because these guys are out. I've run into trouble like that before where you end up seeing all these bits of value up and down the line because of those injuries. But in all actuality, they're just a bad team with Rubio and Gobert out. So I'm expecting to have Mitchell. I can see a scenario where I end up on Favors as well, but like Ingles and Hood and Jerebko, even like Alec Burks, these are all guys that I'd look at in GPPs, but if I'm going to do these guys in cash, I'm thinking about it from an increased opportunity, not necessarily just the time. To me, yes, Greg Monroe is a no-brainer. He barely needs to play to hit value. Like even if Greg Monroe plays 18 minutes, he's going to be really close to value just because of his price. His price is just so ridiculously low for a player of his raw talent. So let me take a look at Blake quick so that I can make sure I'm just not crazy. So Blake against the Cavs. Price is down from the beginning of the year. He's going to have to do a lot tonight to keep them afloat. And he'll need 43 to hit 5x. Yeah, I don't know why. So if you watched the video this morning, I don't know why I don't want to say like fully dismissive of Blake, but like I just didn't pay attention to it for some reason. And that's just weird. I mean, they've got a good implied total. He's in a good spot. He's going to have to do a lot. So yeah, I think Blake looks good for tonight. If you're on him, I like it. And it might be a case where I move down from AD to Blake to open up things so that I don't have to roster someone like Wilson Chandler and want to jab my eyes out if I watch Denver and just see him be a complete zero on the court for 48 minutes. So, time to build, I guess. I have way less time to do this than I wanted to, but I've been looking at everything for most of the day, so I'm not too concerned. As long as if some sort of news comes out at is that the Ibaka news? No Ibaka tonight. That's wild. That makes things interesting. That brings up value for the Raptors, and it kind of concerns me because I really liked Lowry tonight, but I think I liked him more, if they were just healthy. So now I need to update the Raptors minutes. No Ibaka. Okay, so I need to fill 29 minutes. I mean, what's Siakam's price right now? Siakam at 33. Hurdle at 32. Yeah, I thought Anunoby was a no-brainer for me prior to that news, so now he's like a super duper no-brainer. And in all actuality, it might even make CJ Miles a no-brainer on DK. Okay, so all these guys are just going to be at center. They're going to get minutes. Like, Pirtle is probably a great spot at 32, and so is Valanciunas at 51, but I think that I like Monroe more at his price than Jonas. But I think I think I just solved my power forward problems with Siakam. But let's see. Because now I think that I can... Let's get rid of everything I know I hate. So I think I can drop down from Favors to Siakam. And that gives me a crazy amount of money at small forward. Yeah, this is going to end up building really well. So there are some things that I'm probably not going to touch. I looked in pretty deeply to some stats on Lillard and Lowry and came away like hardcore on both of them. So that's not a spot I want to make any changes. And I can't see moving off of Mitchell now. And if I can have OG, this is going to be able to fill in really nicely. I don't have worries about Monroe's minutes. In that, he doesn't need the same kind of minutes as other people would need in this scenario. He's actually like a good basketball player, so he's going to get a lot done in that amount of time just by default. Like, they're playing the Lakers. The rest of Phoenix isn't good, so he's probably the best player on the team, which is crazy to think about. But even if he plays 20 minutes, like, he doesn't really need to do anything crazy. I'd be shocked that if he sunk me unless he got hurt, is basically the only way I could say it. It might be stacking OG and Siakam if that brings me to something else. I gotta update these minutes now. I can't go too many more there. Miles is gonna need a couple more. And this is something I highly recommend people do. Is it takes a little time to start, but build yourself a depth chart so that you can zero people out and make changes and sort of see where the minutes really are. I don't think Van Vliet's super worth it, but the minutes are going to be there, I guess. And I do like Alec Burks, but I think like guys like Van Vliet and Burks are, more GPP guys. They do have too much value tonight. And those are the tricky spots because you don't want to take so much value on a game that isn't a great spot for it. Okay, so Jonas can get up to like 28-ish minutes, 29. And then Siakam can play... Let's open that up all the way. Get Siakam to like 26. What does that give me? 224. Bring Jakob Poeltl up to like 22. And then, you know, Bebe might get some run. I don't know who else they would go to. Is there anything in the news? Nothing of value. Don't take Zach Randolph. Just don't take anybody on the Kings. Not on an 11-game slate. In a way, like I get nervous about that stuff, but I get less nervous in situations like for Portland and for Lillard, because for Portland to blow out Sacramento, I assume that that's got to be because of Lillard. Whereas, like, you know, if you're worried about a Warriors blowout, then, you know, like, there's a bunch of dudes that can be responsible for it. Whereas if you're betting on a Blazers blowout, it's pretty much just Dame and CJ. Yeah, I think Valanciunas is in for a really good spot here. He might be like the new sneaky cash play. I think I like Monroe more just because it opens up more from a price perspective. Hill, like George Hill? That was easy enough. Oh, thanks. It's a pretty sweet shirt. Shout out Mitchell and Ness. I've got a buddy that works there, so I've got a lot of pretty dope sports gear. Yeah, I don't trust George Hill at all, or particularly anybody on the Kings. Not on 11-game slates, at least. I don't think 900 on the table is too crazy. It's probably a lot. Let's see what you can do there. I mean, I trust Siakam enough to, like, he's just sort of in value because he's going to get some minutes. I don't expect him to, like, go to town on Porzingis. Cousins over AD is interesting. Rondo's, There's just not enough minutes. It's hard to get super excited. Man, I'm not good at these live stream things because I just forget to, like, keep working on my crap, and then I look at the clock and it's 6:26 and I realize that I haven't finalized anything, and I'm dying. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that minutes estimate. Now let's plug that in and let's start building. I like Lonzo tonight. I'm sort of like a Lonzo apologist in that I like him on paper as a basketball player, but I don't like him or his dad by association. I guess I don't like him because of his dad, which is a terrible thing to do for like a 19-year-old kid. But if somebody told me they didn't like me because of my dad, well, that'd be a bummer. My dad's pretty dope. I mean, the top stud for me to have was AD up until like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and now I don't feel like I have my finger on the pulse of anything. Kaminsky or Marvin on DK. If I were to give you an answer there, I would be lying. I didn't look at either of those guys today. I couldn't even tell you what either of their prices are. I don't like DeRozan. I like Lowry tonight. I dug into like sort of the shot makeup, um, of like what the Knicks are really bad at giving up, and like Lowry just fits their awfulness like a glove. So that's where I've got my eyes set tonight. All right, here's my first run at the optimizer since I got home and updated for news. So right off the bat, I'm sticking with AD and Monroe. Oh, nothing scared me off of AD. I just felt like a lot of weird crap has happened and I didn't know how this was going to shake out. But if he's still spitting out where he's at, and I looked him over, and I liked, everything that I saw on my research. I dug into him, a pretty good bit. Did that just refresh itself? Who would matter? Lowry, 32.9. If I had any web skills at all, I would build this for myself and not have to worry about using Cruncher, but I'm so used to using this after like 3 years, I don't know if I'd ever be able to break free. 32.9, okay, it's still the same. So the one spot I am just locking in, even though they don't show up in my optimals, gonna be Lillard and Lowry. Now let's see what I'm getting here. So Donovan Mitchell's a go. OG's a go. That's not gonna change anything when I recalc. Thanks for joining the chat, man. This is fun. I enjoy this more than a little bit. Is it really? 60 people watching right now. I'm like the most famous person in the world. I'm the most famous person in my office right now. That much I can tell you. Actually, you know who might be more famous? I want to make sure I get this on the camera correctly. So, what we have here is a genuine Lance Bass in sync bobblehead. So, Lance Bass right now might be the most famous person in this room. I'll get it closer to the camera. I don't know what I'm doing. The delay is kind of crazy. So let's lock this down. Probably Lowry Dinwiddie. But I haven't looked at Barea at all. Oh, Backstreet Boys, you're crazy. Tune in for the next live stream where I wear my gigantic Justin Timberlake shirt from the old school days where he's got the bleach blonde Jerry curl. So I need to fill a shooting guard, a small forward, and a power forward. And if I take Wilson Chandler, I'm going to be unhappy with myself. I would avoid Melo, but he's nerve-wracking. VanVleet or OG? OG for sure. John Lure is out, but I don't really think that changes anything for Detroit. I don't even know if I have him projected out. I do, so never mind. I predicted this already today. Low-owned value play. Somebody that's not involved in like all of the news that's happened. Like I really, I do like Julius Randle a lot tonight. I can see that. Um, so OG was playing on a back-to-back, and he's still, sort of ramping up his conditioning off of, blowing his knee out at Indiana. The fact that he's even playing as much as he is right now is a testament. But I didn't think about it on the back-to-back on Wednesday night, which is stupid. The Lakers organization does not like. I mean, I don't like Randall, just in general, but I like him tonight. Lillard and I assume that's Siakam. Lillard and Siakam for sure. Well, that could not be like the case of the totals of my projections, but I just really like Dame tonight. But by this guy, do you mean me? You're right. I don't have any idea. Um, I probably like LeBron more than Russ tonight, but like those are two like so oddly specific dudes. For me, it's OG over almost everybody. Um, and my rankings will always have Brook Lopez high. He's just like really good on a per minute basis, but there's just too much data from his time at the Nets right now driving his projection, so he probably always needs like a knockdown of a point or two. Tolliver, Jeff Green, or Crowder? It depends. Like if we're talking GPP, I think like Jeff Green's going to be one of those weird games where Jeff Green has like 35 fantasy points or something stupid. Monroe is still worth it despite the chalk. Depends on how you're differentiating later. I'm all for the chalk, but if you're playing in a GPP, then you're going to need to find a non-chalky person elsewhere. So if I lock Siakam, which I feel like I shouldn't do, but I might, what blows up for me? I don't think Shumpert is ever safe. I've got Mitchell, but I think Hood's in a good spot. Thanks, buddy. I hope to see you at the top too. Can you imagine if I really was doing God's work and he was just like, one day, some really nondescript guy in North Carolina is going to start a YouTube channel about fantasy sports. If I lock Siakam, that opens up. I don't want Burks. I don't want Braun in that scenario. What if I don't lock Braun? OG is going to be really chalky. Siakam won't be as chalky. I don't think I can play Siakam without having to play somebody I don't like at shooting guard. Okay, I'm not playing DeRozan. No, I'm not accidentally locking Jordan Mickey either. Note to everybody, don't play Jordan Mickey. I don't think Van Vliet will be crazy owned. OG for sure is going to be the highest owned guy. Burks might be the guy that's like sneaky low owned that could go off. He's just that kind of player. Okay, I did like Beal earlier in the day, but if I do Beal, man, that opens up I have liked Randall, but then it opens up. I end up in this MKG Wilson Chandler conundrum. Lowry for me. I just think Lowry's in line for like a really big old school Kyle Lowry day. Um, I like CJ Miles, but I wouldn't take him over OG tonight, just because of the price. I do like Clarkson, so let's see what happens if I lock Clarkson, what that opens up. It's just small forward is just awful. I just don't like small forward. All right, so if I lock Clarkson, it opens up Blake and nobody else I like. I don't like Bogdanovich or Turner or Oubre. Small forward is ass. I think what I need to do is set my small forward because I've got options at shooting guard and power forward. OG is OG Anunoby, the small forward for the Raptors, who is going to start tonight because Norman Powell is out and Ibaka is out. And I should check news right now. 73 people were just there. Holy balls. Hood starting, Siakam starting. Okay, well that makes me feel like Siakam is a guy that I need to have in my lineup, which makes me get off of Blake. Let's do this. Man, I didn't look at Batum at all, and I did give a peek to Josh Richardson. He's just sort of boom bust. I'm going to end up locking Pascal Siakam here. He's going to put up 9 fantasy points, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow as to how stupid of an idea that was. Okay, so if I lock Siakam, I need to unlock Clarkson then because I've just got too much money. Can I lock Beal and do something fun? Beal, Lou Williams, and Booker. Beal for me. Um, Lou Williams' price on FanDuel went up by like $2,000. Brandon Ingram, Harrison Barnes, Damari Carroll. I seriously don't like a small forward is just not a good spot anywhere. I barely play any tourneys. I mostly play cash, so it's one of the main reasons I do this. I only play one lineup. You guys want to copy the whole lineup? That's fine. I wouldn't do this if I had like, $100 GPP entries into, like high dollar stuff. But if we want to chop 20 grand, that's fine. I don't mind. It's more fun this way. We'll probably get more people to come to the YouTube channel. It'll pay me in the long run, even though I get paid $0 for this now. Guys can dream. I almost want to just. Can I leave small forward blank? Just pay up somewhere else? I mean, I like TJ Warren at 7,500, but it makes me move off of things that I don't want to move off of. Like I prefer him there, or I prefer Beal at 77 than TJ Warren at 75. My biggest problem is that I would love to do CJ Miles and OG, but then I'd have CJ Miles, OG, and Pascal Siakam, and I would just be up against it. I can't do OG and Braun. It breaks me down too far, I think. You just get Wilson Chandler sitting there at 4,600. I think Wade is a really nice GPP play tonight. Yes, Donovan Mitchell starting. Siakam's starting, so I'm not as nervous. At 3,300, I don't need anything crazy, and I don't care that he's up against Porzingis all that much because the Knicks just aren't very good. I honestly don't have a small forward that I like, so I need to start looking into Brandon Ingram. He's up to 6,200. Yes, Rodney Hood is starting. Teague, Dinwiddie, Beal, Mitchell, Bronny, D, Siakam, Monroe. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Not much I would change there. I mean, like I could potentially rejigger Teague and Dinwiddie, but I mean, those are guys that I was looking at. Man, I don't trust Brandon Ingram there. Okay, so let's think about this for a second. I hope there's no potential of Monroe sitting. Oh, I don't know if the dude that hit me up on Reddit is on here. Good looking out. Noticed that when I typed in cleaning the glass, caught a porn link, which I find hilarious. "15 minutes left, people. 14 minutes left." You might be right. I haven't really paid too much attention to Murray tonight. He hasn't been on my radar. So anything I'd be telling you would be just made up. The Mavs projected total. It's real shit, isn't it? 15th, it could be worse. Okay, so Minnesota team stats. Nothing interesting. What does Barnes do? Gets to the rim pretty hardcore. Yeah, I don't think Barnes is my play. Might as well take a look at Engleman Phoenix. This is tricky. I thought that I was going to be able to fill this in, no issues. And now, highest owned projected player tonight, that should be a lock. I mean, to me, it's OG. I think he'll be like 70% owned, and it would shock me with the dudes that are out if he didn't come up and hit value. So, Suns defense, Ingram, a lot at the rim, a lot in mid-range, not shooting any corner threes. So, Suns not the best at defending all of the rim, mid-range junk, and not too bad at stopping corner threes. Brandon Ingram, welcome to my lineup. Now, here's the problem. I just locked in my lineup, and I've got $1,000 left over. I don't think he's on like any crazy minute restriction tonight. He just got reduced in that back-to-back. I expect him to play probably like 27, 28, or potentially more. If he plays less than, I don't know, 22 minutes, it's probably because of foul trouble. Yeah, Mitchell's going to be pretty highly owned tonight. And I think Barton isn't bad. It's a great game, so I like it more in that regard. But I didn't really pay too much attention to him, so I'd be lying if I gave you any real advice. I'd be misleading you. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Lillard, Lowry, Beal, Donovan Mitchell, Brandon Ingram, OG, AD, Siakam, and Monroe. And I'm sitting on an extra 1,000. First DFS host to respond. I'll be honest with you, it's getting really difficult to subscribe or to respond to everybody and finish this off. I don't know how some of these Roto Grinders clowns do it, where they've got like 2,000 people watching this stuff, and I've got 70. But Tim Hardaway Jr. is in a perfectly reasonable situation to play well. I am biased because I had too many duds with him early, and I didn't realize how well he was playing lately. I would rather have Donovan Mitchell at whatever it is, $200 or $300 less than Hardaway. Joe C, I thought you were dead. What was it like hanging out with Kid Rock back in the day? But good luck to you as well. So now I need to figure out how big of an idiot I am for saving $1,000 and where the hell else I can spend it in 10 minutes. So what we're going to do first is get my lineup in there. Lillard, Lowry, Beal, Mitchell. I had a situation earlier this year where I redid my lineup. I dropped it into the Discord chat for the DFS Reddit, and everybody was like, "Good, that looks pretty good." And I was like, "Yeah, it does look pretty good." Ultimately, it ended up as shit, but I never did anything after that. I just left my placeholder in there and burned a lineup. So it was the night that like Markkanen had like 20-something fantasy points in the first quarter. Lou Williams, I just don't like because of his price tonight. And yeah, I like Porzingis tonight. Mitchell, Brandon Ingram, AD, Siakam, Monroe. AD, Siakam, Monroe, done. Let's make sure we get in a couple more contests. I'm in a Discord branch of the Reddit DFS, but I am subscribed to that Discord, so I would see anything if you posted anything, or if you tried to message me, I would get it on my phone. So if you ever want to hit me up on that Discord, you can. I'm not as active in the main NBA channel just because it's a lot of info. It moves a little too quick for me. I like a more consolidated conversation. No multipliers. Got a 50-50. Clarkson, Dennis Smith, Engleman, Randolph. Clarkson and Dennis Smith. The chances of me ever landing on Zach Randolph, no matter how he's playing, are pretty low at this point. Just because the Kings I do not enjoy. 6 minutes, 50 seconds to lock Tabo out. Really? Jesus. Tabo out is... Ugh. It makes me not like any of the dudes on the Jazz now. Which is... I don't like it at all. Look, here's the key thing to remember, and I'll pull it up on SBR odds. These guys are going to get minutes, but it's not going to be like a high. It shouldn't be a high-scoring game. At least I would imagine. It's all about making sure you get that guy that like takes advantage of his opportunities. Totals at 210. Brooklyn the favorite now. Look at that. What a world. Nets are the favorites. You're saying why is that? And I don't know what you're questioning because we're on a delay and I don't remember what I was just saying. As I keep doing these, I'll probably grab one or two of you guys to have like moderator status to shut down stuff that we don't want to read. Thanks, Mike. You too. I don't even know what Tabo being out opens up. 5 minutes left, guys. So if you're not locked in, you're going to want to focus, i.e. I'm going to want to focus. Oh, okay. So Tabo being out makes me like everyone on the Jazz less because they're worse. It's the same sort, like, people are going to have value at their prices, but I find it's really hard to figure out who that's going to be. So basically all we're doing is turning the Jazz into a real shit team. And in general, I try not to roster multiple dudes on shit teams. So it's tricky. That's why I'm still on Donovan Mitchell, because I don't think those guys being out are going to change him in a negative manner. Whereas, like, we might just be trying to ride guys. Like, you know, Pascal Siakam is kind of like the example. I just sort of like the Raptors tonight. But, like, he's the type of guy where he looks like he has value at 3,300, and he should. But, like, if Lowry and DeRozan were the guys that are out and Pascal Siakam was getting the same minutes, like, I'd be more wary because it makes the Raptors a shittier team. I hope that makes sense. I got to figure out if I'm spending that last $1,000 or not. I don't see where I would move. That would be a gigantic leap. This is not one of the point guards. I'm not moving up from Beal. And I've got OG, Siakam, Monroe all in the threes right now. I don't see another place where I can move off of one guy to jump up. I'm gonna ride it out. I'm burn that $1,000 because I'm crazy. Lowry's in a good spot. The things that he does are not done well defensively by the Knicks. I'm confident on him. Dame and Lowry are like my two favorite things tonight. Not necessarily like they're going to have the most points or anything, but I think they're both in really good spots. We're rolling with it. We're going crazy. This is going to be the end of my YouTube because I'm going to put up 220 FanDuel points, and everybody's going to be like, I'm not gonna go watch that guy's stream anymore because he's stupid. It's coming. I can feel it. This stuff's gonna fill. Laying off that 1,000, I feel like I've got an interesting lineup. Everything's a damn satellite for a ticket. Should have gotten this stuff when I had the chance. Hey, if I ever win big, I'll buy everybody everything they want. Good luck to everybody else as well. Look, I hope we all win money. It's more fun that way. I know we can't all win money, it's impossible. Puppy dogs are barking up a storm right now. Awesome, man. Let's get crazy. Let's get in this lane, the jumbo layout. I'll buy everybody something except for you Phillies because I hate the Phillies. My least favorite team in probably all of sports. So, everybody but you. Sorry. I think that's it. I'm locked in. Final look at the lineup. Sorry, my man. Lillard and Lowry, which is probably going to be the place where I either strive or sink. We got Beal, Donovan Mitchell, Brandon Ingram, OG Anunoby, Anthony Davis, Pascal Siakam, and Greg Monroe. So, with that said, it is 7 o'clock. Lineups are locked. I couldn't change this shit if I wanted to. Good luck to everybody. I hope you guys had fun tonight. I'm going to try to do this as much as I can on these big slates. You know, we might all find out that I'm a dummy. I'd like to think that I'm not. And then moving forward, just for you know, the sake of keeping up like what I'm doing, I'm going to try to do a recap video, like a quick recap video, you know, 10 minutes or so, going over what I did and my performance and my return, because if nobody trusts, like, you know, I want you guys to trust what I'm saying, that, you know, I'm trying to steer everybody in the right direction. And if I just come out and lay egg after egg after egg, I mean, why would you want to listen to me, basically? I don't think that's going to be the case. I've been a winning player up until this point, so, you know, I want to make sure that you guys see everything that's going on. Like, you know, Wednesday's stream, I was down. You know, I put in like $70 and came out with like 20 on the other side, and you know, that was just, I like my lineup. Embiid sunk me. He's probably sunk a lot of people. I put up 314, which I'm, you know, pretty happy with. I got performances that I wanted, and Embiid just decided to put up a 90 burger. And like, sometimes that's too hard to overcome if you don't have a part of that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to. I want to make sure that I'm a full open book for all of this. So hopefully, my goal is to kill it playing. Everybody sees me kill it playing, and I grow into, like, you know, a DFS solo celeb. It's everybody's goal. I did talk myself off Embiid the other night, but like barely. I talked him off. I got talked off Embiid the other night like solely because, well, not solely. The shoot around news had me a little nervous, but not enough that I would have totally removed myself from him. But once Conley was out, I thought Gasol was just like the safest cash play. And I mean, he went nuts. Like Gasol was a great spot. He did exactly what I wanted him to do. It just so happens that Embiid broke the scoring. He put up, basically a third of the cut line for himself. It happens. You put up 377 $0. I don't know what that means. Josh the transparent DFS solo celeb for president. Yeah. Look, we're not going to get into a political discussion here, but if Donald Trump can be the president, I think that I can be the president now. Like of everything, not even just DFS. Because I thought I did a bunch of dumb shit growing up that, like, if anybody had a picture of it, I'd be sunk. But he's a horrible person, and he's done real horrible stuff, and he gets to be president. So, like, my stuff wasn't horrible. I was just stupid. So, like, for example, if Trump can be president, then it's not going to be a problem that I dressed up like Little Red Riding Hood for Halloween as a college student. So, like, as long as that picture if that picture gets out, I'm fine now. I don't know. We're rambling. You guys go enjoy your Friday night. It's the weekend. I'm going to go watch some basketball. I'm going to play with my dogs. I ate like a ton of chicken wings today to celebrate being back at my old job for the first week. I'm going to crack a beer, and I'm going to enjoy myself. So I hope you all do the same. I love that you guys were here. We got like 75 people or something at the max, which is absolutely bonkers. I love it. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on LinkedIn if you want. It's all the same. And you'll hear from me again tomorrow.